Hi.
I was looking back at the 5 through 3 like the notes,
Mhm.
and it says x minus y equals x plus the parentheses minus negative y. I guess I don't really get that.
This?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so x subtract y is equal to x plus a negative y. So let's use numbers. Let's do 4 subtract 6.
Okay.
And if we draw 4 subtract 6 on a number line, we would move back 4, and then we would move, I'm sorry, what am I saying? No, we wouldn't. We would start with a positive 4. Excuse me. So we go positive 4, and then we would go back 6. So if this was 0, so if that's 0, we move forward 4, and then we go back 6.
-2.
So that's a negative 2. So this is a negative 2 for an answer. Now, here's the x, that's the positive 4, and here's the negative y, which is a negative 6. So we could put them together like this, as 2 segments, or we could think of this as a segment of x subtracting the segment of y.
Okay.
So it just results in the same thing. So this is 4 plus negative 6. That was the example of how that would work. Did I do anything with you last year with fact triangles?
Yes.
We did these. So we did them with addition and subtraction,
Yes.
And multiplication.
and multiplication and division.
Yeah.
Awesome, sweet. So then, we ought to be able to just take a look at an example or two and see how these work, and not have to reinvent the wheel with them. If we're using addition and subtraction, we put this subtraction above the addition sign inside of a triangle. So that when we start on the top and we go down, that would be like writing a subtraction equation. So the first example that they give are using these numbers. Where they say 6½ plus 4 1/3 is equal to 10 5/6. So if we just plug those numbers in, what value has to go up at the top of the triangle?
6
So as we go down, we're subtracting. Therefore, if we go up, we are adding.
So 10 5 6 would be at the top.
Put 10 5/6 at the top. And then it doesn't matter where we put these two. They can go left, right, right, left. So this right here is the addition fact that can set up that triangle. How could I write a subtraction fact using the same numbers?
10 5 6 minus 6 and 1/2 equals 4 1/3.
Anybody disagree with that one? Is there another subtraction fact that we can do?
10 5 6 minus 4 1/3 equals 6 1/2.
This one right here, yeah. So we can add the bottom two in any order we want. So we could actually write a fourth fact in there, but we don't need to. So we can add the bottom two to get the top, and we can start at the top and subtract either of the bottom and get the other side. So in general, if we use like x, y, and z, we could put z up on top and put x and y on the bottom. And we could write all of our related facts using variables. So you could take x plus y is z. You could take z minus x to give you y, or you could take z minus y to give you x. And then you could also write y plus x is equal to z, but I usually don't write the addition twice over. So those would be three related facts that you could get from this. So take negative 40, 60, and 100 and make a triangle out of it. Negative 40, 60, and 100. Figure out how those three numbers are related and put them into a triangle. Got it? Where would you put them? What's going to go on the top? That's a big question. Did I say 80? I don't know, maybe that's what you heard, maybe that's what I said. Sorry, negative 40, 60, and 100. Hmm. If they're all positive, it'd be pretty easy, right? So 100 doesn't go on the top, right? No. Negative 40 on the top?
60 on top.
If it was negative 40 on the top, that would mean that those two would add up to
No,
this.
yeah, and that's 60 on top, so 100 minus negative 40
Right.
is 60.
Hayden Jimenez show today. Hayden has answered every question for the last 5 minutes. Is this it? Does that work?
Yeah.
Can you write the facts for it? I want to take the two subtraction facts and write those. So if we wrote negative 40, subtract 100? No, that'd be adding 100. So wait a minute, we want to do subtraction, come down.
Negative
60 subtract negative 40 is 100. Is that correct? 60 subtract negative 40, 100. And then 60 subtract 100 is negative 40. Does that work?
No.
60 subtract 100.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I wrote the 100 first.
That works, doesn't it? Okay. So they're not going to limit you just to working with numbers like this. There's going to be a couple of word problems here and there. And the one word problem that they give as an example is they say that Daryl has D dollars. And like I said, you're going to see more and more variables. Instead of saying Daryl has $20, they're going to say Daryl has D. We don't know how many it is. He stopped at an ATM and withdrew W, leaving a current amount C. So we need to make a fact triangle that shows that. So if he starts with D, he takes out W. He starts with D, he takes out W, and he ends up with C. So if he takes money out, would that be adding or subtracting? Yeah, he's subtracting from his account. So if we start with this right here, we ought to be able to set it up. What would go on the top? D, what he starts with, and then we subtract W and we get C. And it doesn't matter which side W and C go on again. That's not something we have to worry about. All right, page 303. This is what your homework's going to be on. tomorrow I'm gonna give you guys a quiz on the first 4 lessons. So it'll include this lesson.